All right. Hi. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's another episode of Meet the Collector, and I am honored to sit down with somebody that I totally respect this guy 100%. And thankfully, I've got a chance to sit down a little bit today and get to know him a little bit better and talk some toys with him. I'm super excited to chop it up with my good buddy, Tatz N Toyz. How you doing, man? How's it going?
Thank you for having me, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I respect you as well. Likewise.
Thank you so very much, man. Yeah, I'm not sure at what point the IG algorithm threw you across my feed, but I'm glad they did. I dig your toy photography. I dig your candor. You know, you're super comfortable in front of the camera, man. I wish I could be as comfortable in front of the camera as you. I still get tongue-tied and twisted sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
just
if you've seen the amount of takes it takes for me to make a video,
man. I'm right there with you.
Making those 1 minute videos will take 20
The
minutes.
1 minute videos are the worst. They are the worst because I will have to speed up what I'm saying. And like, I have a tendency to be really wordy and verbose, and I'm trying to get a lot of stuff in there. I'm like, man, I got to cut this back to a minute. This is hard.
Yep.
All right, well, we're going to jump right in. You know how this goes. It's the same 20 questions that we ask all of our guests. We're going to do 10. We're going to take a little break, talk about where we can find you around the internets, and then we're going to jump back into the last 10. So let's kick things off. What was your favorite action figure when you were growing up as a kid?
Oh, wow. When I was growing up as a kid?
Yeah, did you have one that you just latched onto and was like, this was the one that you carried around?
Yeah, it was you remember the little Shogun Warriors, the little diecast ones?
Yes.
It was a Mazinger Z figure, that one that used to launch the punches.
Yeah.
I remember my grandmother buying me that at a supermarket in Puerto Rico. I threw a fucking temper tantrum over it. And that just became the dude. That just became the one I carried all the time, throwing my little punches at people till I lost them.
Yeah, because they were kind of like spring loaded, right? They would shoot off.
Yep.
Oh man, now that's got to be crazy. So was there like a TV show in Puerto Rico at the time that you did you know him from the show and that's why you wanted him, or?
Yep, I knew him from the show. It was called Mazinger Z, which is Mazinger Z. And I grew up watching it in Puerto Rico in the early 80s. And I just fell in love with the whole mecha thing. And Koji Kabuto was like just him being that dude that just like, I don't care if the building's burning, I'm running through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That just kind of resonated with me.
Very cool. Do you still watch it today, or do you still to this day?
Absolutely. Yes, I absolutely do. I only have 2 figures left from my previous collection. And it was the Super Robot Shogoken, which are kind of like almost like 6-inch figures, kind of. You know, the true 112, the Japanese 112,
right.
A little smaller. So yeah, I still have some of those still laying around. Great Mazinger and Mazinger.
Oh, nice. Very cool. All right. So a lot of us have this same sort of collecting journey. It's kind of strange that we all kind of went through this, but you know, a lot of us, unless we're lucky and we didn't have what I like to call a dark times moment, but you know, we sort of get into high school and we start figuring out video games and girls, or, you know, cars, and maybe into college. And then there's something that we latch onto and it hooks us and brings us back into action figure collecting and getting on that hunt again. Did you have that same experience? And if you did, what was the figure or the toy line that really kind of like, oh, I need to get back into this, that kind of started the renaissance for you as an adult?
So I've always been collecting. Like, I've always collected. That's just something that's always stayed with me. I think it just comes from like my uncle, because he collects still to this day. He collects instruments, cars, and all kinds of stuff. So I've always been collecting, but when it became serious was when I bought the Deadpool Marvel Legends, because Deadpool's my dude. And then when it got even more serious was when I got into toy photography, because then it just I stopped looking at them as action figures, but more as subjects for my photos.
Okay.
That's kind of what, and that was like 2016 or so. 2015 that I kind of like got heavy into collecting Marvel Legends, when I became, you know, 112 conscious, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
When I became conscious of the scales.
Now, were you into photography before figures, and then figures became something you just shot, or did you get into action figures and then we're like, man, I want to get into toy photography? Like, how did that come about?
So I've always been into action figures, and then I saw a post on Facebook, and it was ACBA, and I just
Mm-hmm.
saw the picture, and I was like, hold up, this is a fucking thing? Like,
Yeah.
people do this? Then I started seeing more stuff, and then I ran into Books Page, I ran into Chardemis, I ran into, the OGs, The
Yep.
Amazing, all of them. You might hear my dogs. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Um,
That's okay. We all got them. If my
yeah,
doorbell rings or the ring goes off, I can tell you, mine are gonna go nuts.
yep, that's probably what it is, the mailman. But yeah, so yeah, I started seeing other photographers. Sir Dork was another one. Then I started seeing his
Yeah.
tutorials on YouTube that helped me out a lot. Yeah, and then from there it just kind of became, I started doing them with my phone. I was actually doing Funko Pops at first. I started shooting Funko Pops at first, and then I was like, well, let me try, a figure. And then the fact that I could pose it however I want and do whatever I want instead of just being limited by the pose of the pop, that was it for me. That was
Oh,
basically the open
nice.
door. Like, once
Very
I was
cool.
able to, I learned about flight stands to put them up, bloop, and then you
Yeah.
got them
Hmm.
flying around doing their thing. Once I learned all that stuff, yeah, now it's been since, I want to say I've been taking toy photography since 2018. So yeah, it's been ever since then.
Yeah, okay. Great. Very cool. Do you give yourself any guidelines or rules for collecting, like to keep your collection manageable, or is it just like, no, man, I just get what I like?
Yeah. At first I didn't have any guidelines, so shit spun out of control.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
That's
know.
how the shelves ended up like this.
Uh-huh.
And as I became more conscious of photography and like how lighting works, composition, and all that stuff, I started looking at figures like, how will this shoot and how many times
Mm,
will I actually shoot it before I
mm.
actually pull the trigger and go ahead and buy it. So like that I can have some sort of self-control, because I don't collect 112 specifically. I collect whatever I like. So I'll
Yeah.
have, a lot of it is 112, yeah, for sure. But I also, as you can tell, I do the 164 scale photography as well, with like the Hot Wheels
Mm.
and stuff. So it just comes down to like, how many times am I really gonna shoot this figure before I buy it? That's been my
Yeah.
control thought.
Yeah, sometimes I fall into that trap of like thinking that I should buy something because it'll make a good review,
Hmm.
and then it'll sit in my floor for months. And I'm like, because I need to time the review, when I'm going to do it. And then I feel like, well, I never got around to doing it. Now I've missed the window of when this figure was even popular. And then
Yep.
it sat there. And I'm like, so I have to like get myself to a point to where I don't buy stuff just for reviews, unless I'm like, okay, if I'm going to buy this for a review, then I'm going home and I'm reviewing it today or tomorrow. Like, I
Yeah.
can't let it sit. Yeah. So I have to do that too. Cause I always think, oh, I'll review it. And man,
Oh,
I
I've made that
guarantee you, if
mistake.
I look back here, I've got something so old that I never. Oh, I'll tell you what. I bought some Legends of Dragonor figures at ZoloCon this year in January. I never
Oh
reviewed them.
wow.
They're still over there in the box. I've never
Just
even
sitting
opened the
there.
package. They're just
Yeah,
sitting there, and I'm like,
I've made that mistake with some figures that I'm like, oh, I'll get a lot of use out of this guy or whatever, and then next thing you know, I like take two shots and I don't care for it
yeah,
anymore.
yeah. Do
So it
um do
happens.
you set a monthly budget for yourself, or how do you navigate your figure
Um,
purchasing?
so it's been easy. So I was more into the toy hunting than the pre-ordering. I like the endorphin
Mm-hmm.
shot when I find it in the peg. I'm like, yee, I found it.
Yeah,
That, like, to me, that's a better feeling than yay, it showed up. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, because it's just a complete surprise. So now I would say, I can't say that I have a budget. It's just that pegs are empty.
Mm, mhm.
So
Yeah.
it really makes it easy to just not buy anything, because I'm not gonna buy something for the sake of buying something. You know what I mean? I've done that enough. I've done that enough
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whereas like now, being with the prices, that's for one. These prices are crazy, and then the prices are crazy, gas is crazy, and there's nothing in the pegs.
Yeah.
So it's fair to say I haven't been hunting. Like, the one figure that I did find this month was the Punisher from what was it? One Last Kill.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
That was my endorphin shot for the month. You know what I mean? Yay, I found
yeah.
them. Now I'm looking for the Marvel Rivals, so I'm hunting that one down.
Oh yeah, my target just got those. I just opened him last night, the Marvel Rivals Punisher. I
Nice. I'm
just
gonna see
bought
if
him
I
last
take
night
a
in my
trip.
yeah. So we have two major targets in our area. We're a university town. We have a couple universities in our town, and so we have a tiny little target next to one of the campuses, and it doesn't even really have much of a toy aisle. It's kind of like a tiny little toy aisle.
Yeah.
It's never restocked, so I never go there. But our two major targets, they just did a whole reset where they were like shifting the action figure aisles
Yeah.
down and expanding them, and then they give NECA its own space. They give Funko Pops are now in like this whole collectors area where it's like a whole bunch of stuff like Japan imports and things like that. And so they just did a big restock. And I think they were sitting on a lot of product to wait to put that out into this new floor plan. And I went in on Monday, and that was the most I have ever seen in years. I think I spent like $130 on Monday. I would come home
Oh
from
wow. So you
Target
found a
with like
good
six
haul.
figures. Yeah,
You
that's
got
the
a good
most I have
haul.
found at retail. Dude, I couldn't tell you since 10,
Mm-hmm.
15 years. It's just not the same anymore.
No.
But yeah, I mean, right now, like my budget's super tight because we're in that. First of all, economy's crazy. We don't know what's going on. I got three
Mm-hmm.
kids. One of them's getting ready to need a car. And so it's just like it's hard to kind of like justify spending a lot. And then you've got some companies out there that are just like, how high can we run these prices? And they still buy them,
Yeah. Yep.
Hasbro.
How deeper can we go without Vaseline?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so, yeah, it sort of starts, I start going, man, them blockies looking all right.
I got a bunch of those, dude.
That's a
That's
slippery
one
slope.
line. Yeah, that's the one line that caught me out of nowhere was those little transformer blind boxes.
Hmm.
Now I got a whole shelf dedicated to them. I ended up buying the big $40 ones. Like, yeah.
I
They
have the
just look so
biggest,
good.
like, yeah, I have the big one for Soundwave because I'm a Soundwave junkie. I love Soundwave.
That's so
So,
same here. That's how I got
oh,
caught up
yeah.
chasing Soundwave in the little blind packs. I'm like, fuck,
Hmm.
not yet. Fuck, not yet. And then I
Yeah.
eventually got him. And then I got the shiny one too. And I was like,
There you
oh,
go.
finally, I could stop collecting the little ones. Then they came out with the big one, and I was like, oh, come on, man. And I
You
was like, well, I
guys.
kind of need Megatron now.
Yeah.
And
Gotta have
then
somebody.
yeah, and then I picked up Soundwave, I picked up Megatron, and then I was like, well, I need fucking Optimus. Why not? And
Yeah.
I've
Why
ended up
not?
picking up Optimus too.
They scratch this nostalgia itch,
Yes.
that's
And
kind
they
of
look very
like
cartoon-like.
Battle Beast, Muscle Men, like
Yes, yes.
they scratch that little like pocket figure
The
itch,
little pocket bulky guys. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And I love, what is it? Gashapon, that
Mm-hmm.
Japanese like little machine where I
Yeah,
love
the
that.
quarter machines. Yeah.
Yeah, anything that's kind of like animated looking or anime style. I love that Punisher from Rivals for that very reason.
Mm-hmm.
I love that anime look. I don't watch a lot of anime and I don't collect, anime action figures, but I dig that style. I think it looks
Yeah.
great, So yeah,
Yeah,
all
I
right,
do it
that's
all.
cool.
I watch anime. I specialize my tattoo work specializes on pop culture, which is anime and comic books. That's what people like search me for because I'm one of the very few doing that style out here.
Okay.
So yeah, I get it. I appreciate the art style myself.
Dude, I think I'm gonna need to creep around your neck of the woods and come get a tattoo. I'm kind of
Yeah,
itching for my next tattoo. I haven't had one
I'll
in a
send you
while.
my
It's been
work page so you could check it out.
Yes, please do, please do. So I see that you've got a big like Joe and Marvel Legend collection behind you. Where are you in your house? Where are you allowed to keep your collection?
So when we bought the house, I made sure that I had a spare room.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So this was the previous owner's office. So
Okay.
now it's my collection room. And it's right next to my bedroom, so it kind of works out.
Yeah.
It's like my office is right here. Literally the door next to it is my bedroom.
Okay.
So it
Are
works
you
out.
are you married?
Yeah. Yep. I've been with my
Okay.
wife now for almost 20 years.
Ooh, yeah. Me and my wife are right around like 26 years
Yeah.
together. Not married that whole time, but we've been together a long time. I think we were together like 4 years before we got married. So
Nice, man.
But is she like, okay, just keep it in there, or is she okay if it like kind of creeps out from time to time?
No, she's not okay if it creeps out.
Yeah, mine either. No, mine not either.
That
Yeah,
shit
she's like,
stays
it
in
has to stay in
here.
there.
Yep, and that's it. So funny enough, my daughter moved out and we have the extra bedroom, her extra bedroom, and she asked me if I wanted to move my stuff there because it's a little bigger. And it's just the fucking project. I'm like, nah, dude, it's here. This is
No.
where it'll stay
Mm-mm.
forever.
Yeah. Somebody would have to come through and like knock all this down for me to want to move it. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't want to
seriously.
do
It
that.
has to be the world's craziest domino effect for me to be like, okay, it's time to move it.
Yeah,
Shit, I got
exactly.
a
But yeah,
dust
if
and I'm
that
already
happened,
hesitating.
dude, that sounds awesome though. Maybe one day if something will happen and you'll have a need to like move up.
Yeah.
Well, I always ask this question, but I guess I should start kind of like tailoring it to the person because I can see that you have a whole bunch of open, but what percentage of your collection is? I always ask what's open versus package, but let me ask it like this because you're like me, you open a lot of
Mhm.
stuff. Is there anything that comes out that you're like, no, I think I'm just gonna leave that in the package?
No.
No,
So
no, me either.
I open everything. I have a rule. Anything over $40 stays in its box.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my one
I
rule.
have a lot
Anything
of
over $40, yeah, stays in its box. So like my main fix stuff, that
yeah,
stays in its box. My SH figure art stuff, any basically anything imported stays in its box.
yeah. Mezco 112. I'll keep the
Mm-hmm.
box for that. Anything else I toss. I can't be hanging on to somebody extra. I always tell myself like I had to stop this because it was really getting bad because it was like Mythic Legions because I buy a
Mm-hmm.
lot of Mythic Legions. And I always like, well, if I go to sell this guy, like somebody's gonna want the package. And then I realized one day, it's like, why am I storing package for somebody I don't know?
Yeah,
So I'm like, no,
dude.
I'm done. And I just
I
tossed them
got
all.
bins of empty boxes in my basement, thinking the same thing. Like, oh, maybe if one day I want to sell it, and I'm just gonna realize like I don't want to sell none of my shit right now.
Yeah, 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 exactly. So you've kind of touched on this a little bit, but what's your preferred scale? I already
My
know what it
preferred
is.
scale, um, I'll be real with you, it's 112 just because of the photography thing, but also 164 because I love cars.
Yeah, man. Okay.
So I get to do photo shoots of cars that I wish I can own. You know what I mean? Like I'll never
Yeah.
own a GTR, but I got like 15 of them in
There you go.
164
What's your
scale.
what's your what's your favorite car, year, make, and model?
My favorite car year, make, and model is a R34 GTR, Nissan
Oh,
GTR
okay.
Skyline. But I also own one of my dream cars as well, which is the 2005 Subaru STI in World Rally
Ooh,
Blue, which I'm gonna work on getting on to the road next week.
nice. Very cool. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Um, do you have a current favorite toy line?
A current favorite toy line. I'm gonna be honest. You know who's winning right now for me as far as the toy line is gonna be Jada.
Yeah. Hmm.
Jada Toys, man. The shit they're making is just too good. It's too good.
Yeah.
And for the
Yeah, I
price,
think everybody needs to sit up and take a
notes.
take notes on how Jada's taking over retail right now.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, they
100%.
make cars too. So they're making the Song Kong Drifter movie Toyota. So I'm gonna be hunting that too. So Jada's
Yeah.
got me. Jada's got me.
Yeah. Yeah, I always well, I was at a toy convention a couple years ago, and I said to myself, I was like, I was talking to a fellow collector, Greg Cook. You know Greg Cook photography? He does
Yeah,
a lot of
yep.
toy
Greg Cook
photography.
photography. He's another
So I
really
was
good
talking with
photographer.
Greg. Yeah, he's fantastic. Such a good person, and also a granddad too. And I was talking with him, and I was like, dude, I got to tell you, if somebody would have told me last year that chasing a Tony the Tiger action figure would have been on my bingo card, I'd have told me, I got to get out of my face. Are you joking with me? I'm like, but Jada got me out here trying to buy Tony the Tiger.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. I got him.
yeah, right. And that figure is awesome. Like,
Yep.
he's gorgeous. And now I'm
I'm gonna
like, I
get the
need Fred
tester
and
too.
Barney. Now
Mm-hmm.
we getting Dino. I'm like, y'all figure out how to get the rest in there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
man, what they're doing between Scooby Doo and Street Fighter, they got me collecting two damn Street Fighter lines right now, like between them
Mm-hmm.
and Storm Arena. And I'm just like, you guys, like,
I haven't gotten
I,
into the Storm Arena stuff yet, but I want to get the Ryu and Ken. That's on my
hmm.
to-do list. Just because they objectively do look better than the Jada ones. I'm sorry, but hot take. I
Yeah,
just
well, for me too, they're also doing Street Fighter Alpha 3, so it's that more animated, that more anime style
yeah, and
look
I love
anyway.
that
So
art
like,
style.
yeah, it's a great art style.
That's why
Yeah,
I'm excited that they're doing Street Fighter Alpha now with what was it, Sakura that they just showed,
yep. The
Odon
new Chun Li,
and
yeah,
Guy and the new Chun
and
Li,
got,
and they look
yep,
good. They look really good.
yeah, 100%. Now Jada's got me hooked crazy with because they're going to be doing what is it, the gosh, I forgot, what is the monster video game, Darkstalkers.
Oh, they're doing Darkstalkers.
Yeah, they've already shown
Oh
off like
shit.
Morgan and what's the other, Lilith, I think is her name, and they've showed off like Frankie recently.
Oh
Like
really?
I never really got into that game. I never really played it, but I
The
love those
designs are sick
designs.
though. Yeah,
Yeah,
same
those
here.
designs
I
are
I
awesome.
was always more of a Street Fighter guy, not so much Darkstalkers, but I always felt those
Yeah,
designs just worked.
yeah,
They just
yeah. They're
worked.
doing that, and I can't. I'm just like, please. Like,
I'm
and
just
then
learning
they
about
showed
them.
off Frankie at San Diego Comic Cons, and he is massive, like big. Oh,
Oh
I'm so
shit.
happy. Do you have a current favorite action figure? Like
Do I
one that
have a
just kind of
current?
stays on your desk all the time? I mean, you showed me Storm Shadow earlier before we got going, but
Yeah, he's one of them. This specific Storm Shadow, I just like the way he looks. It's
yeah.
just dope. And then recently, the Marvel Legends Daredevil. He's just so much
Ooh.
fun to pose. The Street was it Secret Wars, I think it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I got him right over there. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he's
He's
just tons of
great.
fun to pose. And then you switch him up with the hand Daredevil, the bearded one, and it just
Hmm.
looks so good.
Oh
It just
yeah.
looks so
That's a
good.
good one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what was the last action figure that you bought?
The Punisher from One Last Kill,
Oh, one
just
less kill.
recently. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That
he
I
looks
took
great.
I think it was like two recent shots of him.
Oh, nice. Very cool. All right, man. I can't believe we kind of got through that really fast. That's the first 10 questions, man. And we even snuck some other ones that were
Yeah,
follow
that's
ups to other
awesome.
things you said. All right. So we're going to take a quick little intermission. And I just want you to be able to tell everybody where they can find your work. Where can they find you on all over the interweb? Where can we find all your content?
So on Instagram, you will see me yelling at people at Tatz N Toyz. And you'll see some cool toy photography. I'm kind of known for being controversial or so, whatever. Um, on YouTube, you will find Tats and Toys. You will also find my podcast, Financial Mistakes, with my co-host TG Vaughn, another amazing photographer. That's the dude. If you ever seen him in his lines of questions, they're the man. He knows what he's doing. So I just let him do his job. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I don't want to throw my tattoo page out there just yet, just because I have, you know, people
Now I
that don't
got
like
you.
me very much.
Yeah. No, yeah, you got a little heat on you. So yeah, you don't want people
Yeah,
messing with your work. See,
yeah, yeah.
when it gets to the point they start messing with your work or your family, then it's, man, we're on a
That's when
whole
it's
nother
personal.
level. It's a whole nother
That's
level, man. Let's just keep it like, I mean, look, you and I, we're old heads. Like
mm-hmm,
we're grown men. It's saying we ain't got
mm-hmm.
time for
No,
let us just have our toys in peace.
yeah. Let me fucking play with my ninjas, bro. Let me play
Yeah,
with my ninjas. Let me play with my cobras. Let me play with my Marvel Legends. Let me break
man.
some stuff by giving
Me
it
and
to
some of my
girls to hold
buddies, we
hands.
talk about what are we gonna be like when we're like 80 and we're just sitting on the like they wheel us out,
Right.
at the in the rec center and be like, did you collect figures when you was young? Like, are we gonna be that guy? You
Were
remember when
you a toy adult
Eminem?
collector?
Yeah, exactly. I know I am.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's
Till
get into the
I leave this earth, I will
yeah,
collect
right,
those little
at
plastic assholes.
100%. Well, let's get into the back 10. Now, these are my favorite questions. The first 10 are kind of like get to know you questions, but then the last 10 are the fun ones. They're always a lot of fun. What do you if you do pre-orders, because some people are like totally against
Mhm.
pre-ordering now, and I get that. But if you do pre-orders, do you have a pre-order that you've got something on pre-order between now and like say the end of the year that you're super looking forward to?
So there's only one thing that I haven't pre-ordered something in about a year or so, just
Oh,
because
good for you,
sometimes
man.
those pre-orders would hit all at one time, and next thing you know, you're like, oh shit, I was not expecting this is out of my budget right now. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting everything to ship this fucking month,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh God, that's gotten me in trouble so many times.
So that's what it did. It got me in trouble. My wife was like, "Figure it the fuck out," and I was like, "I will."
Yes, we've had that same conversation in my house. My wife's like, I'm going to take all my money out of the bank. And I'm like, I'll fix it.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
get it together. Don't do
yeah,
that.
yeah. So once she gave me the old "figure it the fuck out," so I haven't really pre-ordered anything in about a year or so. The one thing that I do, and I know it's not a crazy, it's just I'm a sucker for red and black, is the new snake armor that Hasbro just showed off. That's red and black. Because I have the white one, and I know the plastic isn't that great. I know the figure isn't that great, but god damn, does it look good?
Yeah.
It looks amazing,
I've
and then
got
the
a buddy
jacket.
he's just like that, dude. Red and anything red and black. He's like, if
I'm a
that
sucker
figure's got a
for it.
red variant, he's like, I want it. And he
Mm-hmm.
loves female action figures. And he's like, if it's a female in red and black, forget about it. Like, we're just,
Even better.
give me three. Give me three.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right now the one thing that I'm about to pre-order. Is I'm working on getting my car on the road. Once I get that situated, I will be pre-ordering that snake armor for fucking sure.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Awesome. So, what is a figure or a figure line that has not been announced and nobody's making that you would love to see made?
Honestly, I want to see more Guyver figures.
Ooh, that's a
I would
good
look,
answer.
yeah, because Figma's the only one that has one. And don't get me wrong, it's a great figure. It's just fucking pricey. I
Mhm.
have them, and my knees came a little loose, but I fixed that up. But I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like we need more monsters, and Guyver 2 and Guyver 3, and not just Guyver 1. You know what I mean? Like, that's just a line that I feel would just aesthetically, it would be aesthetically pleasing as an action figure.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Very cool. I love getting different answers, stuff I don't ever think of. This is one of my favorite questions. And I can't tell you how many times somebody has been on this show and said Jada. So I'm wondering if you're going to be one of these guys too. But if you could take any toy license away from one toy company and give it to another toy company, what license would it be and what toy company would that be?
Wow, that's a good one. Honestly, they're not wrong when they say Jada.
Yeah, I've had so many people go take whatever and give it to
Yeah,
Jada, you know?
honestly, I would like to see like a GI Joe Renegades, like or
Ooh.
like the anime looking ones. Go to
Uh-huh.
Jada.
Oh,
I think that would
yeah.
be crazy. I think that would be
Yeah.
just crazy.
See, I kind of thought that's what Hasbro was kind of sort of doing with that new, what do they call Rugged Duke or
Yeah,
that
Rugged
one
Duke.
that
Yeah,
it kind of looks like that
but it
style, like
doesn't have that
his
that
no,
anime
it
style
doesn't.
to it. You know what I mean? Give me those
Yeah.
lanky arms. Give me, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, give me those like squared up proportions, those very sharp edges. Like, do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
I
they
would
could do it with the
love.
Punisher, they could do it with GI Joe.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, very cool. Um, do you go to a lot of toy cons?
So Toy Cons for me is kind of hard because my job, I'm busiest Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. So unless a
Yeah.
con is also going on a Sunday, that's usually my day off. I normally don't go. So I usually go to the ones around here if they're at least like 3 days long. Then I'll hit up the Sunday. But then it's like I got there and half the good shit is gone. But
Right.
I try when I can.
So what is your have you ever had one that stands out as like your favorite toy con that you've ever been to?
Um, there's one out here in Massachusetts called Toy Extravaganza. Let me say it right. Toy Extravaganza. I have to say it that way.
You have
Before
to. You have to.
and it started very small, and with time it's gotten big, big, big. And then there was another one that happened, I think 2 years ago, that I went to called Chris Con, where it was focused on toy photography. And
Yeah,
it
I've heard of
was
that.
so dope because you can get there and bring a bag full of figures, and there was tables just full of dioramas, and just do your
I've
thing.
heard this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so dope. That honestly, that would be the con that I would take a day off to go to.
Yeah,
Would be
very
would
cool.
be
So
Chris
this
Con.
year, now I know it'd be kind of far for you. It's far for me. I couldn't go, but they had a thing called Carver Con out in Ohio.
Oh, really?
Not too long ago. I want to say just a few weekends ago. And the guy who puts it on, his name is Brian Lynn. He's in the Mythic Legions community in the Cabal, and he does a lot of dio making. And it
Mm.
was mostly dio makers and people who make things for dios.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
So
That sounds
yeah, I
amazing.
mean, they're doing it again next year. And I mean, again, I mean, if you could ever get out there for somebody who's into toy photography, like a Dio Toy Con is kind of
Hmm.
like that's
Yeah, yeah,
tops.
yeah. That's heaven, dude. Like,
Yeah.
see, me
Yeah.
personally, like I'm trying to create my own event, depending on how things go. But I want to approach it a little different. I want to do a collector's cookout where
Oh,
it's
that
a
sounds
bunch of
dope.
tables set up for photography. And I'm not trying to sell you anything. Bring your toys, shoot them. Let's mingle. Let's get to know each other, and let's eat
Yeah.
some food.
Man, that's the way to a fat boy's heart right there. You're talking about
Yeah,
food and
yeah,
figures.
boy.
I'm ready for that. That sounds great. Oh, well, you better send me an invite.
Oh,
Um,
I'm working on the logistics, so we'll see what happens.
Very cool. I have friends up your way. I've got places to stay. Let's do it.
Nice.
Do you have any collecting regrets? Did you ever sell something that you wish you hadn't sold, or passed on buying something you wish you bought? Or
Yes, I actually regret selling my cartoon turtles from NECA. I had the 4 pack, the Turtles in Disguise four pack. I had the Bebop and Rocksteady. I had the Shredder with was I think it was Splinter 2 pack. I had a bunch of them and I regret selling them now. I don't know why. I've been on this turtle kick lately,
Mhm.
and I can't like I have the movie ones. I have all the movie ones. I kept those are going with me forever. But yeah, if I can
Yeah,
do something, it would be oh well. Let me shout out my boy Dre because he's gonna send me the Nickelodeon turtles. So thank you, Dre. But yeah, I wish I didn't sell my NECA turtles. That's for sure.
and I imagine that those are going to start climbing up in
That's
price,
why.
because now it seems now like NECA's finally admitted, yeah, they're
Mm-hmm.
done.
Yep,
You
we
know,
got
I
everything
think
we can get out of it.
yeah, I think they
That's
said
why
at
I
San
regret
Diego
it
Comic
now.
Con that last lady, I forgot her name, but I think they said that was the last figure they were making.
Yeah,
So
once I heard that, that's when I regretted it. That and my Usagi Yojimbo, man, I sold a bunch of them and I regret it.
yeah, okay.
Because now getting them
Did you
again is gonna be expensive.
what Yosagi Yojimbo were you looking for?
The OG, the one that looks like the figure with the blue,
Oh, the original that looks like the
the
toy.
original one.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, I only have one. I have the sketch version, the black and
Oh,
white from the
nice.
artist. That's the only one that I still have. Yeah, I'm a turtle guy, but I'm just a low key turtle guy. I don't get too crazy. Although that being said, I did just get in like the Mondo 1/6 scale Donnie. I'm gonna
Ooh,
get all those.
that thing
Those are
looks
just
incredible.
they're just too nice to pass up. I have no more room. I only have a couple. I have a handful of hot toys behind me, just a couple. I don't have any room. So like right
Yeah.
now, if it can't go in this office, I can't purchase it. And then even then, it's like, well, something's gonna have to go in a box. Like I have to pack stuff
Mm-hmm.
up, and it's a hassle.
That's kind of the
Um,
rule my wife gave me. If you can't fit it in that room, you better not bring it to the house.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of cool. You've kind of hit on it a little bit. So let me even push you a little bit further, because I was going to ask you, I have a question here that says, do you collect anything besides figures? But you also collect Hot Wheels. So let me get outside of, do you collect anything outside of figures and Hot Wheels?
Outside of figures and Hot Wheels, honestly, I want to say art from other artists, from other peers. I definitely always try to support whenever I get a chance to get prints from them. Just like last year, I met one of my favorite tattoo artists. His name is Pooch, and he had a Lionel that he did in color pencil, and it's a
Nice.
super realistic Lionel. And yeah, we sat down, shot the shit, and I was like, yeah, I need to get that from you. And then a couple other artists that I'm cool with, we buy each other's arts of each other. That and guns. I collect guns, guys. Just throwing it out there.
I love it. You just slide it right in,
Yeah,
just in
just throwing
case
it
you're
out there.
thinking,
Yeah,
just,
just in
just in case you're
case.
thinking.
I also
I'd be
collect pew pews.
collecting I'd be collecting warrants, guys,
Yep.
if you know what I'm saying. No, I draw comic books, and so me and other artists do that a lot. We do art swaps all the time.
Oh, that's
Like we'll
sick,
go
dude.
Yeah, we'll go up to like somebody's table and maybe we haven't met, but we know each other's work, and they'll be selling prints or sketches or whatever, and we'll like do an art swap, and it's
I'm
kind of a
always
mutual
looking to
thing.
buy new art. I'll definitely check out your stuff for sure.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, I tell you what, if you got a Deadpool, maybe I'll do a Deadpool sketch for you, man. Deadpool's awesome.
Hell
I love
yeah.
him. Um, has a friend ever got you into collecting like an action figure line that maybe you otherwise were like not interested in?
No, I blame that on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah,
I
exactly.
blame YouTube and Instagram for that because out of my friend circle, I'm the only weirdo collecting action figures.
Yeah, I know what that's like. During COVID, I set up a local Facebook group in my city, and I just kind of created a page and said this is what it's about. And believe it or not, man, I think we ended up getting roughly like I think probably about 30 people joining, and out of those 30 people, like over the years, I've kind of created like a little group of like five buddies that we're all
Nice.
in the same city, and we get together, like we try to get together like once a month and have a lunch. We're in a little chat group together. We're constantly saying, "Oh, this is at this Target. This is at that Walmart. Does anybody need anything?
Nice.
We pick it up and we stash it for you, like whatever." So we've created out of that group, I've created. I mean, I've garnered some friends I'll have the rest of my life because I did that, and it was all just because like during COVID we couldn't get out, we couldn't go shopping, so it was just like kind of like, "Hey, what do you collect?" Like
Yeah. And
like
that's awesome. That's what this hobby should be about. That's exactly what this should be
yeah,
about. Building a community of like-minded individuals that just like this stuff. Like
yeah.
that's what it should be about. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
because
I'm
before I
really
did
proud of
that,
you.
man, I didn't have people around me like like my work friends, like nobody I knew, like just in like I'm the only nerd. I'm the only
Yeah,
that's
I've
got
I've
this
met a
going on.
few people at my Target that kind of like recognized me from my content, which caught me by fucking surprise.
Yes.
That
Yes.
is for sure. They come up and be like, you Tats? Yeah, who's asking? Like, like, oh
Wait a
man, I
minute.
follow you on Instagram. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? We're local? Well, nah, I live like 45 minutes away. I've just came to because this figure said it was on here. I was like, oh, no doubt, man. That's awesome. Like, yeah, man. Whenever you want to link up and go on a hunt or some shit, yo, let me know. I'm always down. So I'm
Yeah,
still
I had that
waiting.
happen once. I was at a comic book convention. I was behind my table. I was just hawking my books,
Hmm.
and a lady walked up to me and she said, "I'm sorry." She goes, "This is going to sound super weird." She goes, "Do you review GI Joe action figures on YouTube?" And I go, "I do." And she goes, "My husband and I follow you." And I'm like, "Oh
That's
my God."
awesome.
It was the first time that my two little weird hobbies like overlapped,
Yeah, merged.
and I didn't know how to react. I was like, "Oh, this is odd. This is crazy."
Yeah, I
Um,
I I gotta ask who's asking right away because you never know their intentions. So I'm like, okay, who's asking, man?
Yeah, I got to know. Uh, so let me ask you this: this we now we built it all up. Now we're going to strip it all down. If you had to sell it all and you could only collect one toy line from here on out moving forward, what would it be?
Hmm. Shit. I would have to be. I want to say Marvel Legends, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would have to be Marvel Legends. I mean, as much as like because GI Joe holds a very, very, very like deep spot in my heart, but it's because my
mhm,
uncle got me into collecting GI Joes back in the 3 3/4 days.
yeah,
So I collect GI Joe because of my uncle because that was like my one male figure. But I fucking love Marvel Legends, man. I
yeah,
like I forgot I was talking to the other day that I was like, see, I can't. I dropped one of my CT Toys Wolverines and the arm blew out. I mean, I was able
yeah,
to put it together, but I drop my Marvel Legends all the time, and guess what? They survive. I could throw them fucking
yeah.
things against the wall, and they'll be just fine.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They got to survive
So
the drop test. Yeah, man.
yeah, yeah,
Even
yeah.
Lego sets have a percentage of bricks that they can't like there's like a test they do internally that when they come up with a new build, there's a certain percentage of the bricks that have to stay together when they design a new set, before they
Oh no
ship it
shit.
out. Well, dude, let me ask you this. So all right, so have you collected Marvel Legends like from the beginning of the line?
So
Like have you
I was buying them, but I wasn't collecting them. I would just be
okay,
like, oh shit, a Wolverine figure. Oh shit, this
right,
figure. It wasn't really like I never really bought the waves unless it was like a cool ass builder figure that I wanted.
right.
I
The
normally just
reason I
purchase
ask
those.
is I cherry pick. Like I love Wolverine, I love Punisher, I love Spider-Man, I love Daredevil. So that's pretty much
Hmm.
all I buy. I am not a Marvel Legends collector. I've got probably a bin, maybe of 30 of just
Hmm.
those characters, maybe one or two Hulks. But I kind of feel like what do you think? What would you like to see Hasbro do with the Marvel Legends line? Because it kind of feels like to me like
Hmm.
the line's getting a little stale. It
It
kind of
is.
feels like they're starting to like wind up, these last few figures to make this team or that team. I'm sure they could probably just ride this out for a few more years. Now we see what they're trying to do with the Maximum series line. I'm not a big fan of
Not
what
a
they're
fan.
doing there. That's like all they're doing is they're taking a $28 figure and they're charging you
Hmm.
$35 for stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, this is not. What do you think they ought to do with that line to like freshen it, reboot it? Like, what would you like to see as a fan to make that line new and exciting again?
Bring the price down to $20 again. That would be amazing, or at least 25. Stop with the fucking two packs, giving us one figure we want and one figure we don't care for in
We
a
have a
two
term
pack.
for that. My local toy group, we call those hostage figures.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. Hostage figures. That's fucking beautiful. Stop giving us hostage figures, Hasbro.
Yes. That's what
Stop
we call
giving us
them. You're like,
that.
you're holding this figure that I want hostage and you're making me buy one that I don't do. And this isn't something that happens once or twice. You
No, it's
guys,
repetitive
it's all the
all the
time.
time.
It's
Hmm.
almost like it's intentional.
Yes, yes, yes. Because they know they
All
won't
the
be able
time.
to milk that buck by itself. They're gonna need a
Hmm.
hostage figure to go with it, like the Marvel
Exactly.
versus Capcom Wolverine. I don't own him because I already have Silver Samurai.
Right.
I already have Silver Samurai. I don't need another Silver Samurai. The first version was fine,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know. And the maximum stuff. Hot take here, but if you're paying for accessories that are gummy as shit,
Ugh.
I can't do that. Like I'm already doing that with GI Joe and their gummy ass fucking guns. Like
Yep.
I don't own a maximum figure yet, but I want to get the Deadpool because of dupe as well.
Right.
But the accessories do not sell me. I miss the days where I would buy a figure because the accessories sold me.
Right. Well,
You
as a
know,
toy
like
photographer, that's added value. You're like, I get to add
exactly,
that to my pile of tools over here that, I can toss into any
exactly,
photo.
exactly. I miss those days where I could just buy a figure and be like, "Well, he came with a fucking cup. I could use that cup a million times." You
Yes.
know?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Marvel
Yeah.
Legends need to course correct and either bring the price down or bring the quality up.
Yeah. I keep trying to ask people when I come across Marvel Legends collectors. I'm like, okay, what do you want to see them do now?
Hmm.
Because they definitely like something's got to give because
Yeah,
I don't know how long they can keep going on this course. And yeah, the prices are just going like up and they're they'll do weird things like not too long ago, like they give us like a new wave of figures that had like, I want to say it had like three different Spider-Man figures in the wave, and
yeah.
each one of those Spider-Man figures had a completely different buck.
Hmm.
And some of those bucks were 10 years old. Like, I'll give you an example. It was the Spider-Man slash Nightcrawler mashup figure.
Yep.
Like, they were using a buck that was like more than 10 years old and it barely had any articulation. And I'm like, you took Spider-Man and you took Nightcrawler, who are the two most articulated crouching figures
Hmm.
in the Marvel universe, put them together and then put it on a body that cannot
That
articulate.
can't
Well,
move.
what are you thinking?
Yeah, that's
Like,
why I don't have them. That's because I collect all kinds of stuff, as you can see. Like that's my X-Men
mhm,
shelf up there. This is my Spider-Man slash Venom shelf and stuff. And then the bottom is like the bigger figures where it's like Hulk, Apocalypse, Thanos, stuff like that.
mhm.
Um, yeah, I think the hostage figure thing gotta stop because that was another reason I don't have a new Sabretooth because I didn't need the Farmer Logan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't need that. I already had that. It was a terrible figure. Why you keep releasing terrible bucks? Like we're in
Yeah.
2026. There's some stuff you need to retire at this point. You know
Yeah,
the.
like when I saw the new Maximum series, the Black Suit Spider-Man, I was
Mhm.
like, why is this the second time we're seeing that that sculpt? Like, why hasn't, when they released the first Maximum series, which I bought because I'm like, I love Spider-Man, is one of my 3 favorite characters.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, this is great. Let me get in on this. Let me talk about it. It's a big figure. Everybody, it was like super controversial. But then I was like, okay, this has got to be the body moving forward for Spider-Man. And they haven't
Yes.
used it again until now with the next one. And I'm like, oh, you guys just reused that first body. Why is this not now the standard buck for Spider-Man
That
moving
because then
forward?
they can't justify charging people $60 for a bunch of webs they're not gonna use.
Oh my God. Did they just keep giving us like time after time
Like,
after time? It's
listen,
like, yeah, we got it. Thank you.
I love the brand. That doesn't mean I'm loyal to it. That doesn't mean I'm
Right.
not gonna see the faults, because at the end of the day, if we don't say anything about it, they're just gonna keep giving us the same shit. And if we keep buying it, they're just gonna keep giving us the same exact shit. Fuck, why would they stop? We're buying them and no one's
Right.
saying anything.
Yeah. Until they see it actually affect the bottom line, they're not going to course correct. They're not going to go, well, maybe we should try something different, guys. Like I just,
Yeah, no,
you know,
no, they're not losing money. As long as you're not losing money, it's a business.
yeah.
You
All
know?
right. House is on fire. I call this the D amazing clause. Your wife is fine. Your kids are fine. Your cats and dogs are fine. Everybody's out. The family pictures are fine. Financial documents are fine. I call this the D amazing rule because every time I would ask him, he was like, nope, I just gonna get my cats. I'm like, yeah, but what about one figure? He's like, I just gotta get my wife and my cats. And I'm like, they're fine. So I call it my D amazing clause.
Okay.
Everybody's fine. So all that's out, house on fire. You can only grab one figure and run out of the house. What are you grabbing?
I'm grabbing that whole fucking shelf.
Oh, of X-Men, as many as I can carry.
It's, bro, like if it's one of those old supermarket sweeps, fucking let's go.
Nice. So X-Men are that's your team. So you're waiting for
Yeah.
them to relaunch them in the Marvel universe. I can't wait to see what happens.
Oh, dude, that I hope they don't drop the ball. I'm glad that we're getting the old Fox ones again and they're being done justice with the suits and everything. But I just hope, like, 'cause MCU has an MCU problem sometimes with their casting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, I hope they really, really think, because we're all waiting for the X-Men, especially
Yeah.
with X-Men 97 being how good it is.
Yeah.
Like, you
That
better not
show's
drop the
really
fucking ball,
good.
Marvel. Yeah, because
Who's your favorite X-Men?
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
And then second will be Nightcrawler.
Yeah, mine are Nightcrawler and Colossus. That's my combo, man. I love those guys.
Nice.
I mean, I love Wolverine. I probably have more Wolverine figures than anything, but
Yeah.
yeah, Nightcrawler and Colossus are my favorite. So, do you have an actor in mind that you think, man, that dude would be perfect for Wolverine?
Yes, and as weird as it's gonna sound, is Jared Kesso from Letterkenny.
Whoa. Okay. First of all, props for like digging that show. I love it. That show is one of my favorites.
I love that show.
Oh God, what are they always saying? They're like, figure it out. Figure it out.
Yeah, figured out.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that show. It's great. Dude, that is I'm not mad at that.
One. Yeah.
No, I don't even know, like, height wise, I guess it don't even matter. But yeah, he's kind of tall, but I'm here for it. I think it'd be great.
I think so a couple years ago, me and my buddy were talking about it because he was watching Letterkenny and he hit me up. He's like, what do you think about this guy as Wolverine? I was like, dude, yes. And then I photoshopped and I was like, that motherfucker has the jaw, bro. And he has the scruff already.
And the squinty eyes.
Why is he not Wolverine? And he's Canadian. It even doesn't get any more authentic than that.
I didn't even think about that, but you're right. Yeah. Absolutely. 100%. Yeah. My pick is already in the MCU. You know, that's that's what makes mine like a non-starter. But I still think John Bernthal would have been like an amazing Punisher. I mean, Wolverine, but he's Punisher. They're not going to do that.
But he's so good at Punisher, man. I can't see him playing anything else.
Yeah,
because he's too good at Punisher.
When he came out on stage at San Diego Comic-Con, I was like, are they about to announce a solo Punisher movie? I'm sure it's going to happen eventually. I'm here for it. Like, I'm digging it. One Last Kill didn't really do it for me. I didn't know we were going to do like a whole like in real time situation, you know, kind of. I was like, I was like, please, because we were like 40 minutes in and he's still in his street clothes. And I'm like, man, that Punisher, we're going to get one shot of him in that new suit. And that's it.
Yep. And that was exactly
what we got.
Complaint. Yeah. That's my main complaint. Other than that, it was cool. It was a good. It was, I don't know,
Yeah.
show, half movie,
Yeah.
small movie. I don't fucking know. Whatever it was.
50-minute one shot. I'll take it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but leaving it to the end for him to come out geared it up, that was just they dropped the ball on that one. Like
Yeah.
I feel like after he ran through the fire, he should have fucking had enough time to go get geared it up.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
find a way to go get geared it up. That would have made that much better.
Yes.
And then by the end of the show, the skull will be all bloody and fucked up. What? That would have been amazing.
Yeah. So right now I've got a favorite, a Marvel moment with the Punisher, and it goes all the way back to like season 1, like episode 1 or 2, when it was on Netflix. And it was the scene where Punisher goes into the, Frank goes into the pawn shop, and he's like asking the guy about some radio equipment or whatever, because he's tracking those guys. And he's like, yeah, I don't think I have anything. And anyway, so he goes to leave. And as he's leaving, the guy's like, but I got some videotapes of young girls. And Frank just stops.
Yeah.
He just changes the sign around to closed and locks the door. And I was like,
yep,
there's Frank. There he is. There he is.
We need Frank right now.
There's my guy.
Yep.
We need Frank right now. We need all I kept wanting in Daredevil Born Again season 2 was for all the guys in the streets running around with the little Punisher logo. And it's so like art imitating life, imitating art. It was so on the nose. I'm like, I want Frank to show up and just be like,
just light
that ain't
up.
that is not what my logo is for. And I see them driving around town with the stickers on their trucks, and I'm like, you have no idea.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't you have co-opted my boy. No, that ain't what he's about. And I hope
they don't read
exactly
know exactly what the character is. They just know the skull and that he was a vet. That's it.
Yeah. And they're like, we can punish.
So
and I'm like, no, dude, I can't wait, because that's what I'm hoping for. I want a whole season of him just going around going, you wearing my logo? Like, I just
Yep.
All right, dude, what is I could probably guess what this is going to be, but this is the last question. What's your favorite thing about toy collecting?
My favorite thing about toy collecting, honestly, is that it keeps me grounded and it keeps me unplugged. It keeps me grounded in the sense of like I got something to look forward to when I get home. It keeps me grounded in the sense where it's like things break, you can fix them, you know, and it's therapeutic because I get to unplug and just leave the bullshit. It's just me and my camera and me going blip, 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 my toys. Like, to me, that quiet time is worth so much more than any amount of money that there is to offer. Just because for that moment, it's quiet. There's no of this extra shit. There's none of this adult life bullshit in your head. You're actually being your true self as a child again when you're sitting here playing with your toys. Yeah, and I think 100%. It doesn't get any better than that.
And I couldn't say it any better than that. That's it. And that's perfect. So, man, well, thank you so very much again for doing this. Won't you shout out your Instagram and YouTube one more time for the people at home? I'll make sure to run it down at the bottom so they can see.
Yep. You can follow me at Tatz N Toyz. You can follow me on Instagram, on YouTube, both Tatz N Toyz. Like I said, you'll see me yelling at people. You'll see me collecting figures. You'll see me. Sometimes I even release a rap song. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen on my page?
All right. I'm down for it.
Yeah, I released 2 of them. I'll send them your way.
Oh, please do, man. That's my favorite genre of music. So let's hit me up, dude.
I used to do the rap stuff, and for some reason, now that I'm 40, it's coming back.
There you go. Why.
I'm just angry and got shit to say.
There you go. Well, hey, that's man, dude, thank you again so much for doing this. You're somebody that I've wanted to sit down and chop it up with and get to know, and I knew we were going to have a good time, and we certainly did. So I super appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching another episode of Meet the Collector on the Saturday Morning Toy Collector channel. Be sure to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector, and Tatz N Toyz and I will see you in the toy house.
Thank you for having me.